कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Wow. And you guys realize, Sriraam and Sylvie who are on the show, that my hair grew immediately after the ad.
Yeah,
My hair was much shorter, and then as the ad ended, my hair grew because of Volvo.
Correct.
Which for those who want to buy the product,
Nature is healing.
Nature's healing. Just quickly, I want to tell people, I want them to go and buy the product. It's not that expensive. You can buy it. It's a Volvo with a V, because Indians, you know, Indians are. Yaar. Get these people, you ask them questions geographically, and be like, where, buy,
Correct.
what?
Everything is a V.
Yeah.
So Volvo, luckily, I think we should be okay. Yeah.
It's interesting, Cyrus. Antariksh,
Don't mess up the sponsor, huh?
I won't. I was supposed to gift a car for my nephew.
And now you can give them a Volvo.
That's what.
XC40
No.
Recharge.
The nephew is 4 years old. Young Brijesh.
I'll
is
tell
4 years old.
no.
Yeah,
That's what, it was a toy car. It was a toy car.
It's automatic. He can't drive it. Come on.
It was a toy car. I'll admit that. But I got him a Ferrari. He's like, no, I want a Volvo XC40, and that's how in demand this car is.
You
now.
saved yourself.
Yeah.
With you, because you're a bit of a loaded gun. You're all very worried. What's going to happen? Are we going to lose a sponsor with Sriraam on? And for a second, Silvery's face fell. Unnecessary.
We worked so hard on
You
this.
don't come to India and talk about Pakistan cricket, for God's sake, which we will do in the course of the show, of course. Heads up for Tales, Sriraam. They're very important to us because
Yes.
they're making the dogs' lives and cats' lives and all kinds of animals' lives.
Better.
Because why should
Yes.
you stick to one animal?
Yeah.
The same urine cleaning substance you can use
They-
for your wife, for example. I mean, who's also a friggin' animal.
Yeah, it is urine. It would work.
On principle, I'm just saying, I get it for Mary, my dog, and then I
Yeah.
move on to others,
Yeah, correct. Everyone in the house.
Like mom.
There's no washrooms in the house needed anymore.
That
The
is
mom
true.
get up
Yeah.
and she'll check the chair.
Yeah.
It's like that. Is it
Yeah.
wrong?
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
Correct. Yeah.
Or she
It's
may
multiple.
She may hear the show.
I'm guessing Aisha doesn't know about the fact that you use her brush to brush.
Aisha, I think, married me for the simple reason that she's never seen anything we've done, any show, any radio spot, nothing. So that's the only reason the marriages remain
It's
intact.
still there.
That is
Yeah,
fair.
because
That
what
is
kind of
fair.
respect would you have for someone who doesn't really have a job?
Correct.
So many
Exactly.
years have passed.
I tell everyone.
Rahul Gandhi got away, but it comes from money.
Were
Comes
you
from
already
money.
married when you were shooting for Oh Hello?
What's Oh Hello?
Sorry,
Oh, Hello.
Friends. No.
What
Yeah.
the?
Oh Hello is
What
John
the-
Kerry show.
The
Oh.
greatest
Hello, friends.
iconic show in the history of the
Yeah, and
last 25
This
years.
is,
Yeah, but-
Cyrus,
Oh,
this is
hello.
the second time.
Get out
This
of
is the
class,
second
beta. Out you go.
Cyrus.
Yeah, I was thinking of a John Mulaney show. Sorry, I give you more credit.
Thanks. That's why she stayed. She thought I was John Mulaney.
Yeah.
Bolo,
I have a
Sri.
bone to pick. This is the second time Hello Friends' name has been butchered. Today, Antariksh shared with Oh Hello.
Once by the
Ayushi
director.
hasn't
I'm not
called
butchering it. I literally
Ayushi
just
called it
asked you a
Just
question.
Friend.
It's a Freudian slip, yeah. He just thought it was a hello turf, and so he mixed it up with
Yes.
something which he
Yeah.
really respects.
Yes.
It
yes.
happens when I call my wife Sunita. It was really pretty good. Aisha, please don't watch this show, and somebody please don't.
You
send
mean
this link to
Sunita
Aisha.
don't watch the show? Cyrus.
Sunita doesn't watch the show. Yeah, she's too pretty for me. Out of my league. I'm into the hairy ladies. Just kidding. Slap,
But
slap.
you know,
The-
this,
the beating
this
the
reminds me. So we had a shoot in our workplace with like a great kabaddi player, Vikash Khandola, and the problem is he got sold for like a massive amount in the kabaddi auctions.
God, it
The
sounds
problem with all
scary.
these auctions though is that now everyone knows how much money you've made across the world.
Oh, you don't actually make that much, but the sum that's passed hands is that much.
Yes, and it's also amortized over like
Agents, tax, catering, transport. It's kabaddi, not cricket. They have to pay for the bus. So, it's not easy. Yeah.
exactly, and it's not like a one-time lump sum that you receive.
My
You
lovely
receive
joke
it
of pay for
over
the
a
bus.
call.
Nobody reacts. A beautiful moment, just sheer comic genius of
Pay
this
for the
man.
bus, correct.
Four things came there: the poverty of the situation and the lack of respect for the sport, how cricket has dwarfed everything else, and above all, that you have to take public transport unless you're Amitabh Bachchan. But nothing out of that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't know how sports work now. So,
It's about
Because you made a serious
socialism.
point, and that's against the ethics of this show.
yes.
It's always by mistake, right? Like hello
It is
friends
always.
became oh hello. See, finish your point, brother. We don't have that much time. It's just
Yeah,
about
so
2
now
hours to
that
kill.
now that everyone knows the amount of money that he makes, and any of these
you
IPL
tell us
players or
the
any
sum?
of the public, I think it was 1.25 crores.
This is for one season.
Yeah.
It's not bad, right, for a non-cricket sport.
Non-cricket sport.
Come on.
In India, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
But
Ajinkya
that's
Rahane
how much
got
he
less
got,
than
or
that.
that how much the teams exchanged money.
the teams exchange
No,
money.
that's-
I don't know how it works exactly. What percolates into the pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's what.
it's a little complicated, Sri, even in cricket. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
that
yeah.
exact amount, and the agents are involved. Well, the agents get stuff, and the lesser known you are, the more agents involved.
Exactly.
When Kapil Sharma was coming up, he made no money because he had 16 people who were, taking money out of the kitty. Now it's only 40.
Was his LIC
It's
agent
making
also
money.
getting a cut out of it? Like just
Until they pulled out. They said, this is not worth insuring, I'm scared. No, just kidding. Great guy, Kapil. Yeah.
But how does it work in like the EPL or football in general? Like
Same
if, say,
thing, bro.
Ronaldo gets transferred.
no.
How much money does he get to pocket?
Let the hairy man answer
Okay.
that. But it's not that sum. It's never that sum.
Yeah,
Even
of course.
baseball
It's
or whatever.
obviously like
It is never that
15%
sum.
or
But you
something.
read it in
But
print and you get excited. $55 million
Yeah.
guy.
It's the team.
Yeah.
It's always the teams.
No,
Not the
breakups
team.
are different.
It's so
Let him
Yeah,
explain
so
EPL
Fulham.
because he's played for Arsenal.
Yes.
Fulham. Yeah.
nice.
Fulham United. When Sheffield
Fulham
Wednesday.
FC.
He was
Fulham
Sheffield
FC.
Tuesday, the club that came before them. Yeah. Go on, Shri. Bolo. How does it work? Come on.
Also, no. Then after that, I went to
No,
Nottingham
EPL
Forest.
because I can work out IPL for him a little bit, but EPL I'm not
No.
100% sure how the transfer fees go from club to club.
So I would say how I think all the European leagues and generally football clubs evolved to a next level where in most of these were contracted, but some clubs had the financial power to get the player in the middle of their contract. So they have to agree a fee
buyout.
with the team.
Yeah.
With the team first, which is a massive sum in itself, and
Yeah.
then give a bump, generally a pay bump to the player as well,
So
so
he
that he
accepts the-
agrees to come.
So
Yeah.
this is what we're trying to do in the podcast, Sriraam, and that's why we have only 3 today.
Oh,
Because Abbas was bought out. Abbas was
Abbas was
bought
bought
by
out, yes.
Akashwani so he can read the news with a Russian accent.
Okay, I thought trying to send us to another podcast so that we can get a raise.
Look, don't
Another
deny that all you want is to get out of this place. All right, Silvery?
Just thinking of various things that
Hence
work
you
out.
said okay, hello.
Oh, hello.
That should be a transfer request in itself.
So when you say
hello.
a bump to the fee, let's just take a name of a player, Mr. Smith. So how much does he get?
I'll tell you the transfer that made me realize football's gone nuts is when Ronaldo moved from Man United to Madrid. That at that time cost
Right.
80 million pounds.
The club to club transfer fee.
Yeah, from Madrid. Yeah, Madrid played Man United
And
80
this is
million pounds.
mid-season.
No, this is at the start in the summer transfer window. Ronaldo had been like
Does
third.
he get an extra cut for that?
Of course. No, he doesn't get the cut.
No, he
there are
gets-
agents
so
involved.
how much
There
is-
are agents in.
Baba, just explain in figures.
So Ronaldo must have made like say I guess 200,000 pounds in
week.
United. Then by the time he moved to Madrid, I think it was some 500,000 pounds a week. By the way, Yeah.
Per week. Now look at the figure.
not 500. I think that's a lot. He makes 500 now. I think at that time he must have
Because
made.
let's say 300,000.
Garib.
Garib, because you're looking at
500,000
80 million.
a week.
80 million is a transfer. And no, you're right. Do the maths, bro. Well,
Shawik
No.
Bakshi said, can't imagine Ronaldo worrying about CTC and in hand.
yeah. But he
I
still takes his conveyance. That bugger
He-
is very, very tight-fisted.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
ordered
You have
like
to be a
Ronaldo
little
still.
bit of a
Yeah.
frugal guy, man.
You know,
Like
there's
when
sorry,
you-
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Bollywood,
yeah.
Sorry, in Bollywood, I won't take names, but I do know names. because
Take the
we-
name. No,
we share
Cyrus,
the
that's
same-
the fun
The
part.
same spot
Ah.
guys and people who work in that business, they tell you, they complain.
Yeah.
There are certain actors, well-known actors, who get what is called a conveyance for the car,
Yeah.
right? Which is normally given to the driver, which can go 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, depending on how big the set is, etc. And there are some actors who don't give it, and that really because that's just like a tradition, and they're earning in crores or lakhs or whatever,
Correct.
and they just keep them.
Yeah.
But they have so many other expenses, no? Just being in Bollywood, you have to like have the,
Cocaine.
live up
Bro.
to that lifestyle.
Bro,
live up to, they have
people
to
are-
save money here and there, wherever they can. Yeah,
Like Rishi never takes out money and buys me anything. We've been together for so long.
yeah, and he earns in crores.
Crores.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, he's got his own spot boy,
This guy.
also called Rishi. Yeah.
Rishi Soya's chiller in his pocket.
Hey, can you turn the
I
camera?
think I remember when IVM bought Rishi from Spotify.
Yeah, correct.
Mid-season,
he
huh, bro?
Yeah, yeah.
Mid-season.
Mid-season,
extra-
mid
extra
podcast,
The bomb.
mid podcast, Cyrus,
Yeah.
mid podcast.
But also, I didn't understand why Spotify said thank you. I thought that was unnecessary. Q, yeah, really.
Correct.
How we
So,
try to
yeah.
do something nicely, set up a football conversation, and then
Yeah.
of course we just can't. What do we? Kabaddi, though, I don't even want to try. There's a horrible story with the Kabaddi girls team that had to eat in the bathroom. I don't know if you saw it. It was
What?
covered in the news yesterday.
Oh, no, I didn't see it.
It's a terrible
Wow.
story. See if we can bring it up, yeah. I mean, and they're actually eating. There's footage of them eating the food. The rotis are all on the floor, and the male urinal is right there. I mean,
in
it's
the
just as a
train,
picture.
or like generally outside a bath, in a train, or like outside.
General male urinal of
Oh,
that
damn.
area. We'll have to pull out the story
Damn.
for details, but my mother was watching it and
I feel for the one guy who generally want to take a leak and then
Leak,
suddenly
yeah.
realize there's
he
a
gets hungry. Yeah.
Yeah.
ये किसका है? Pratima, you mind?
Yeah.
I was watching this interview of
So
Raj.
one second, if
Yeah.
you look, they're young girls. So if you say things like "ye taza hai" and all, you mean the roti, and it can be. No, I don't mean it that way. I'm just saying, but if you could have a conversation with it misconstrued.
That's
Sparish is getting worried. Sparish will
Okay.
say, "Brocha,
You
we'll
can
blame
get
it. We'll blame it on your Hindi. You
Yeah.
can't understand what taza is."
Yeah. But I like how that's the pickup line from the 80s. Ye taza hai. You know,
The way
like-
you said it, yes. Can you please go to a
Yeah. He said it in
restaurant?
Gurgaon way,
I
a very
know.
Gurgaon way, he said
I mean,
it.
It is, yeah. Which is
Yeah.
there.
You're actually looking at
Yeah.
you're looking at a
That's a
naan or
very-
something, and then you're
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
saying it with a wink in your eye. The waiter's wondering, "What are you flirting with me for?"
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
naan.
yeah. It is. Yeah. I mean,
No.
by the way, in Gurgaon, that punchline is still relevant. You can
Yeah.
not punchline. The
Yeah,
pickup line
yeah.
is still relevant.
Yeah.
Opening line is still "Janta hu mera baap kaun hai." That's not changed. That stays on.
Uh,
25
no,
years.
Obviously.
These, I think they've moved on from the Janta Hai Baap
Yeah.
levels because now it's
the
the,
best
next
jawab-
generation.
the best
now
jawab for
the
that-
next generation has
Guys,
taken over. It's
You're
like
gonna
Janta
find,
Hai
you know,
Baap.
you know what the best jawab to that is?
Mhm.
Ah, main.
No,
You are the-
no, that's
That's
you
actually a
definitely getting hit. That's you definitely getting hit. Cyrus,
Beta,
if you say
Depends
no
on,
to that.
depends on your bodily sizes. You know, if you're like much bigger, you can say whatever the hell
My
you want.
favorite
yeah?
fight ever happened. I saw these guys in Delhi, not
Huh.
Gurgaon, Delhi proper,
Yeah.
and they got out of the cars to fight. So one guy,
Was it over some
this
girl
is
matter
a
or
mob and
something?
gali
Or
start,
something.
some bang happened or whatever.
Huh.
It's always nothing,
Okay,
and they
huh.
come out, and the first guy pushes his hand up like, "Give me a second." And while why did he put his hand up? Like, what
Yeah.
is he take a break here? He starts taking off all his stuff.
Oh,
he
wow.
takes off the watch, he takes off the
the
bracelet, he takes off the
spectacles.
khada, he takes
Yeah.
off everything. He puts it all on the inside the car.
Yeah, that's smart.
And the whole
And he's
moment-
trying to fight fair. He doesn't want an unfair
the whole
advantage with the
momentum,
war.
we're like chutiya bakwas kar rahe hain. Come on, what the fuck? You got like 3
No,
minutes to set up a fight.
I
yeah.
respect that. I respect that
Really?
because
You
yeah,
comb
because
your hair
once
first.
you,
Ek minute.
because once you end up, no, once
One
you
of them
end
good
up
while
in the
getting hit.
hospital,
Yeah, exactly.
Shan se.
once you eventually end up in the hospital, you need all those things to pawn off
Identify
for your-
yourself.
Yeah.
Photo hai phone pe. Yeah, it's fight or
Yeah,
flight,
that's
bro.
how it
How
is.
can you
That's how it
stop and say, "Bro, I got to take care of all I got kids and all that. I want."
I respect that. I respect. Listen, let's not be animals here, all right? Let's just
True,
we
true.
will fight,
True.
but let's just sort of do it in a way
The only
that
one
is
who's fighting
fashion
consistently
conscious.
is Silvery, by the way, physically all the time. He's had
Why?
3 fights last year.
Yeah, I fight all the time, man.
Yeah.
It's that's my go-to thing.
So I have witnessed Antariksh have a fight, and I'm
Yes.
telling
He
you,
had one fight
I'm
on
The
stage,
stunned.
right?
scariest thing you'll ever want
On
to
no,
see.
no,
stage,
no,
on
no,
stage.
no, not on stage, not on stage, but
over the
venue.
stage
And- but-
issue premises.
Some-
or
yeah,
whatever.
correct,
yeah,
that was it,
yeah.
yeah.
So and
You were
ever
there?
since then, I was there, and I am on his side. He
Yeah.
picked
Did you-
like the
Never
most-
get on my bad side,
Right.
guys.
Hey,
You
guys,
haven't seen it.
Shri,
Tomorrow, if Antariksh
Telling
fights for Pakistan, for Kashmir, I would back him because he has his
okay,
reasons.
you will never appear on our show again because they are.
And apparently, so will I won't either. Like,
Yeah, I know.
we go to Pakistan.
And it's fiction. It's pure
What the
fiction.
hell?
He's going down with the ship thanks to you, bro. That's so unfair. Yeah. So replacements. Stepney kaya. Gaadi mein Stepney. Oh, that's horrible. What a horrible story. Yeah.
Shit,
They
this
warned
is-
us.
this is-
We're going to do 3 instead of 4, and you're taking Sriraam
Yeah.
on. That means he'll be coherent, and people will hear everything. We should have 5 with Sriraam, so we can bury it with cacophony and nobody can make out.
Correct.
My God.
We're talking about the pay bumps that footballers
We
are
tried.
getting, right? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We tried to talk
I saw a
about it, yeah.
similar topic being covered by Rajiv Masand on an interview with Beer Biceps. Don't talk about it.
Beer and biceps.
Yeah.
What a
I know.
dude. Rajiv.
But dude, like surprisingly,
But that's also very
Not
Delhi.
kidding.
Chalo maro curl.
but surprisingly, like a very cool interview, man. Like
But Rajiv is very hyper.
he is
Yeah, get me more of that.
correct.
Yeah,
He has that. Yeah, that kind of voice
yeah.
also. What you're doing.
Yeah,
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 correct.
I know. I
Yeah,
worked with him for 20 years.
Yeah, I was telling her.
Yeah,
just like that.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Rajiv
Yeah,
Masand
so-
was a CNN as well, no?
Well, let's say the full name is CNN
CNN
IBN.
IBN.
It's little different.
Huh.
Little
Yeah.
different.
Come on.
Sparsh made such a disgusting face. Like, how dare you compare the great CNN with Joe Rogan is destroyed. With CNN IBN with Cyrus Says destroyed. 2 different things altogether.
Well. So I was watching this
Oh,
interview,
huh.
and in that they were talking about. So if you're a level A star, you're like an A list star, right? But he said, for the lack of a better word, let's call them like B list stars. How do they keep up with that lifestyle? You know, because
what about
they're
C?
not working that much.
I
They're not
mean-
getting the regular movies. Also, firstly,
Yeah.
They're not
movies
getting the
don't
regular
pay.
pay.
Yeah.
The difference in what Salman
Exactly,
and Shah
regular
Rukh is
pay.
getting and what
But they
next.
still have a lifestyle to uphold and all, no? You have to look rich. You have to get the
So
fancy
you buy
car.
the second-hand Mercedes, not
Exactly.
the first-hand. There are ways to do it. It's not impossible.
So then, like, but you're always like hand to mouth. Even as an actor, if you're like in Bollywood,
That's why
you may
I
not
tell you
be
guys, stop
earning
buying
well.
your brands and all that. You can't keep up with all this rubbish.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
wear
and
cheap
I've
IVM
stopped.
t-shirts, 500
that's
bucks to get a
yeah.
t-shirt
So-
from IVM. I mean, it's cheap.
That's exactly why both Antariksh and I stopped doing Bollywood movies. It just was too much.
Yeah, it just.
No, yours was on
We
principle.
never made it out of the D list.
Yours was on principle. I don't want to mention Kashmir, but you had some issues,
Yeah.
So yeah. He wasn't happy with Mission Kashmir script. He was like, I got to change this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyrus, on the flip side, I'm doing a lot of Pakistani movies these days. And guess what? The lifestyle is not that great to keep
No,
up.
no. No. The comedy guy is earning more. No? You're very upset. मैं सबसे बड़ा एक्टर हूँ वहाँ पे पैंचो.
So apparently, the thing to do, like the second you reach like some kind of fame or you reach a certain amount of money,
Let's get to the
is to-
females
Yeah.
after that. Yeah.
Yeah, so females also like, dude,
No, because
the dresses you have to buy, you can't buy
That's
say the
what.
same
so,
thing
so
again.
Their cost of
ever.
company sometimes because it's all about how you're seen, etc.
Yeah.
etc. It's actually more than the males.
For sure, I would
Okay.
say, yeah.
And they've got to keep up all those attendants around them who
Correct.
do the hair and makeup and
Correct,
all that.
correct, all of that.
Men sometimes
Men can get away with
good-looking
that
men like
without
you
it.
and me. What
Yeah.
do we
We
just
don't
wake
need
up? We look like God. God. I
Yeah.
I woke
Yeah.
up like this.
See, that's just me and Silvery. Don't mind. Huh?
And to top it all off, once in a while they have to have sex with Arjun Kapoor. That's even worse. Yeah.
And Kartik Aaryan. Because Kartik Aaryan slept with half the industry apparently already.
Really?
Yeah, he slept with everyone, dude.
I think
I mean, he has dated everyone. Slept with everyone is a crude way of saying it.
I think it's because of the,
But maybe he's not slept with them. I don't know.
I think what he does is he keeps these two first names, so he keeps blaming it on two people. Like this Karthik, this is Aryan. Confuses the girls.
No, that was Aaryan. That was
Yeah, Aryan, main nahi tha.
Yeah.
No, that's yeah.
That was your
And
Aryan
once-
Mukherjee. Like Aryan Mukherjee. Okay. So apparently the thing to do is to always diversify and have multiple sources of income. Like for say Amir Khan, even though he's an A-list actor, he's doing like one movie. Something happened. What happened? There's an
Echo. The moment you said Amir Khan,
Yeah, and
because he owns the
Amir
building,
Khan.
there's obviously some sort of issue here. Yeah,
So Amir Khan is doing like one movie in like 3-4 years.
right.
That movie can't
But he
pay
does
for his
2
life.
ads every month.
Yeah, but that movie can't pay for his year. Right? So he has to have like other sources of income, like ads. He'll have like restaurants, and he'll have like some sports team somewhere, like Shah Rukh Khan.
I think it's the wrong example. I think the guy is very rich. You know, go down the
Yeah.
ladder in Bollywood.
No, but like a person who can, like, say Akshay Kumar would be probably one of the few actors who can survive on just doing movies and nothing else.
Right.
Because he charges like 30 crores a movie.
Plus, he
does
owns
4
toilets.
movies a year.
He owns toilets. No, that's just the film. Sorry.
Yeah. And he does 4 movies a year, so he earns that much.
Yeah.
Other actors are doing like 3-4 movies.
He's also had a run of many
over-
successes in for about 4-5 years, which
Correct.
nobody else has had.
Dude, if you look at Akshay Kumar's filmographies, he has, I think, the most number of movies which have earned over 100 crores.
Yeah, I'm a friend and a fan.
Oh,
yeah.
you really? You're a
Ooh.
friend of Akshay Kumar's?
We're damn close, yeah.
Yeah.
I call him Rajiv.
You know, you didn't know this, Antariksh.
Rajiv is
Oh, you
really
Rajiv,
You
yeah,
know,
what,
you know, no, I'll tell you.
Every
I'll tell
time
you
Yes,
what.
sir.
Rajiv does it, he
Antariksh.
comes to South Bombay
Yeah.
and he can't park his car, he calls me.
Yeah,
And I'm there for it,
Antariksh,
yeah.
you have no clue. Cyrus used to be a chain smoker until Akshay Kumar walked in on a cycle
nice.
and told
Like-
him, "Ye mat karo, buy
Yeah,
sanity
yeah,
pads for
yeah,
your wife
yeah.
instead."
And he said
And
that
that's
off
how-
camera to me. And then we made it into an ad.
Yeah, nice.
It was a classic moment, yeah.
Very-
It really
very
changed
well.
my life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we both went onto
Now-
a helicopter and did a stunt and came down with one hand holding the helicopter and things like
Now
that.
every time Cyrus feels like having a smoke, he wears a sanitary pad, and that's beautiful.
Actually, I wear a sari and a wig, so no one can tell.
You become Kunal then.
Yeah. Kunal now just wears the wig and takes off the sari. It's a new act.
Cyrus, I have a bone to pick. Of all the
You have
time, all right?
bones.
No, listen. Of all the times we've all made bad jokes and you said Vijayakar moment.
Huh.
Yesterday's podcast, Ayushi literally had like a mustache mic thing, while to
Day for
be
yesterday,
like day for yesterday. Yeah,
It was
He
the
had
most
mustache,
It's the most aesthetically beautiful moment of our show. How dare you challenge it?
but it is a Vijayakar moment.
It is, but Ayushi is a pretty girl, so it's a whole different dimension for
It's
me.
the opposite of
Exactly, a pretty girl trying to be a man. Not funny.
And,
We know you're pretty.
and Kunal
It is
is a
cross-dressing.
pretty
An
man.
old 58-year-old pensioner misbehaving,
No.
trying to behave like
No,
an
I
old
don't
politician who may have died.
Yeah.
That's not
With,
right.
with all due
I'm
respect
dressed
to
as a woman right
Ayushi,
now, so I'm having a Kunal Vijayakar.
I know lots of girls like you, Silvery. Taza hai.
Exactly.
What's the name of Anita? Sunita, right? What's the name that we took for
Sunita.
Aisha?
Who pays attention?
Sunita.
You pay
Sunita,
attention to the
Sunita,
show?
Yeah.
Wow,
Talking
Once in a
about
while,
you
yeah.
mentioned
When I'm
context
well
like
slept.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
He remembers Act 1, Scene 2, Sunita.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a comic. He knows callbacks.
Fantastic, bro.
He's always thinking of the next
lot of
callback.
respect for
Yeah.
someone who grew up on Hindi films.
Correct.
You know who doesn't know? You know who doesn't know callbacks? Karthik Aryan, because he just sleeps with them once.
Not Karthik Aryan, either Karthik or Aryan.
One of them don't know. The other one
no.
might.
So split person. Rishi loves it. Rishi's, by the way, Rishi does the unconscious masturbating thing that Kunal also does, and you all have friends like that, where the legs don't stop moving. The legs don't
Oh,
stop
I
moving.
also do
You
that.
call it
Yeah.
unconscious.
It's called unconscious masturbating.
masturbating.
If you follow Young, the psychiatrist, he mentioned it first about 200
It's a
years.
nervous tick, Cyrus. He spoke. It's a
It's not
nervous
nervous
tick. You
tick.
make
Nervous
him
tick is
nervous.
the
No,
nervous
it's
tick.
like a fidgety thing. Yeah.
No.
This is
Yeah,
like the
that's
guy's
what-
lower
like a
body is
way
going berserk
like-
for.
like a fidget
He's
spinner.
playing rugby alone, you know. I mean, he's like going nuts.
That's
It's
how
contact sport,
nervous.
bro. Contact
That's how
sport.
nervous Kunal gets around.
Can I-
you.
can I show
And
Rishi?
gets
So
Have you
around
guys ever seen people do this?
Have you,
No.
while driving, a lot of people do this.
You know? Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
okay, for our audio listeners, I just did like that snapping thing that you do.
And for audio listeners,
moving
I
your
reacted how
hands
you
up
would have
and down.
reacted if you saw what he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
My
And
middle
for-
finger
and
was
for-
up.
That's
for
also
audio
the
listeners-
size I need to
And for
masturbate.
one
so-
second, one second. And for audio listeners, Rishi is
Yeah.
unconsciously masturbating. So
Unconscious
let's
masturbating.
clarify that.
Correct.
There's this guy, Bugs Bhargav Krishnamurthy. This guy is a famous actor and all that, and makes films.
Brother of Bugs Bunny, yes. Huh.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny. So Bugs is quite the legend in our circles, and he made all the Santro films. Anyway, he's done work in all forms of entertainment. But the point is, I remember once we were doing a play, and we went backstage, and we were having this discussion, and somebody asked him, "So when you urinate, which hand do you use?" Some discussion. right or
Interesting
left.
question.
So,
Interesting
he looked at
question.
him and said, "Whole hand? No."
That's so
It's
funny.
sort of- After that, I've always been conscious when I'm in a public urinal.
Oh,
how
man.
you hold the
This reminds me at my
जानता हूँ मेरा बाप
workplace,
कौन है guy.
at my
Sometimes I
workplace.
use my fist.
Yes.
My entire fist. to
Guys,
pee.
we can't meet again. This has
That's
become like a
We can't.
locker room
Sorry.
conversation.
Sorry.
Boys locking.
We were
At my
running-
workplace,
We were selling
On a
Ronaldo
show
with
where we have
80
two
million
sponsors.
euros.
at my workplace, guys, I'm telling you, guy who I know works at my workplace, I don't know what his name or face is, whatever, but he
It's
walked in. I was
typical
in
of the
uni-
workspace, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I'd like to keep it. So I was in the urinal, right next to me, he walks in with a coffee mug. And this was the coffee mug on top of the
Oh,
urinal.
Oh,
Lovely.
dude, that's disgusting.
Lovely.
I can't take any food, drinks into the washroom. Yeah, that's the most
Well,
disgusting.
the kabaddi team was forced to.
Yeah.
And that was the male
Yeah.
washroom. Yeah.
That's
Maybe
why
that's a mugga
Antariksh,
to use later
in
after.
the break, we can pull out the story.
after
It's a
number
horrible
two.
story.
you think Antariksh, you think he's Moraji Desai his coffee?
Reference will be lost on a lot of people.
I don't know.
so,
I don't
you
know. I don't,
Fair
I don't
enough.
get the
You
reference.
didn't get it?
Moraji
So
Desai?
our prime minister. in
Oh,
the-
you get it. Okay, I get it now.
So he was famous for.
Not current
No,
prime minister,
yeah.
Cyrus, former
Like,
prime
No,
minister.
no. But for me,
Don't
prime
go for the
ministers are
cut.
eternal, okay, and forever. So yeah, erstwhile prime minister.
That's your prime minister. Like that's
My
my
prime
minister.
minister.
That's
See, I did a show with Bishop
not
Singh
my
Bailey, one
prime
of the
minister.
legends,
yeah.
legendary left arm spinner, arguably the greatest in the world that's you've ever seen. And
Bishop
Bishop was
Bailey.
telling us a story when he and the boys were called by Moraji Desai in a Marine Drive to his residence. You know, and you know what will you say,
Do
right?
you brush your teeth after drinking your own urine?
I know, but listen to this.
It's a question, right?
Listen to this.
No, it's a
So
bowl.
they're
It's like
sitting
a
around.
replacement for mouth freshener. Huh?
But Sri, what are you going to say, right? As when the mehman and all sitting around, what are you going to say?
Yeah.
You're going to say kuch
Yeah.
loge, right? What are you going to? You have to. That was the question nobody wanted to hear. They were like, okay, shabash, beta, well played, India. Ye
क्या
sab.
लोगे ठंडा या गरम?
Kuch loge, but their hearts were. And then the Bishop is really funny. Bishop was like, oh my God, yeah.
Oh,
So
God.
we're looking at him. Sir ji, Coca-Cola, pila do please. Magar.
Yeah. Sir,
मेरे
open the cab in front of
Coca-Cola
me.
पिला
Bottle.
Yeah, wait,
Correct.
open
Open the
the
cab in front
सामने
of
खोलना, हाँ.
So
Correct.
somebody actually said this to the Prime
Yeah.
Minister. Sir, pila do Coca-Cola, please. Magar bottle mein. And he actually said that. Actually said
No
that.
Mountain Dew in that.
And the thing
In that.
and the
PM
thing
How
is
can you be
this is-
caught
this
with the
is-
most important person in India and
but-
then
and
be in this? Yeah.
This is also the 80s, right? Where if you wasn't the whole thing
Yeah.
where if you drink it directly from the bottle,
70s.
there was like a what's the tetanus or something shot you need to get, right? For the
Tetanus.
yeah, because tetanus. What I don't know what the fuck it
Tetanus.
is, but
Why are you getting it? Why have you taken
because
tetanus?
apparently isn't there a whole thing about like if you drink the Coke directly from the bottle, there's the cap, the steel cap gets rusty, and I think something leads to that.
So before the
they-
pandemic fear, which made people
Oh.
paranoid to worried
yeah.
about everything, and they clean every body part for 2 hours every day.
That's why straws became a thing. No, I'm assuming.
But I miss glass bottles. by
I
the way.
love straws. I just like the idea of trying to drink the whole thing in one gulp and making that obscene sound. That's just fun, yeah.
But have you done the entire
You guys
thing?
wasted
Drink
your
the whole
youth. You
thing.
never tried this? You just put the
No,
straw
no.
and you go.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can do it with everything, yeah. You can do it with like frothy cappuccino at the end. Like,
But can you take in a cappuccino? That's
sorry,
hard on the nose.
I don't know why I'm
and all
making that sound.
Everybody try this at home and tell us
No,
how you can
it's-
slurp the
it's-
most. Rishi,
There
by
are
the way,
people who are
I think
turning off
Rishi,
because of
Rishi's having an
repeated use of
orgasm. Now his shaking is going berserk. He's like Elvis Smith shaking Stevens.
Now his both legs are shaking.
Yeah, well, normally it is both legs.
It's one leg, no?
No, this his has always been that. I mean, I'm just
No.
going with
Rishi,
two.
show.
I want to stop at the number
Show
2. I'm not going to.
All right, got it.
That's enough for me. Bro.
Got it.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever done that thing, Cyrus? Have you done the thing where you take the whole thing and then you do the burp as well, like the
Yeah.
full circle?
I had a pal who could do like the whole vowel thing with the cola. We used to have a Camper Cola and Thumbs Up at that time before.
Yeah,
If Coke
yeah.
comes on, we'll never mention those two again. But you remember that? You guys,
Yeah.
I don't know if you were
What,
in
you mean-
boarding school. I think these things.
Remember
happen, right?
what?
You have the guy who
Camper.
can do the burp.
Yeah, I had. Yeah.
Burp normally.
People could say names
say
while
names,
burping.
but
yeah.
then do it with the drink. So
Yeah,
it's a
correct.
genuine burp. Horrible smell and all comes
Oh
with
yeah.
it. Because
Okay.
they take a glove
Ah.
and glove.
Ah.
Yeah.
See, can
I
we do
could
this
never
live on our show? Because our show sucks. We need something lovely.
One day we should. Oh, by the way, on
You know
that
there are
note, Cyrus,
podcasts.
you are a camper person. I'm a Dukes person because
I
OG
love
Chembur.
Camper Cola, Camper Orange.
OG
Camper
Chembur Dukes represent you.
I love Dukes also. You like raspberry?
Yeah.
This is a
No,
conversation.
not
Dukes is
more
great.
than
This is-
raspberry.
This is
The
the notes that he
lemonade.
had.
Yeah.
The Duke's lemonade, the OG
Lemonade. But
lemonade,
before
and
they
the
took out the
Duke's
BVO.
Mangola.
Before they took out the BVO.
Yeah, and the Duke's Mangola. The two
Duke's
OG
Mangola I
drinks.
never had. Duke's
Oh, you
lemonade
don't
I
have
had.
Mangola?
Duke.
Mangola I've
The
had. Never
Mangola.
show your face in
No,
Mangola.
before. Yeah. The
Mangola
current
is Dukes,
Mangola was.
Baba. There's
In
only
Delhi, I
Mangola.
remember I used to
It
get a
was-
drink called Gulati.
No, that's just a
That's
family.
a very thing.
I don't know. I don't know Gulati.
Gulati is a very famous
That's
thing, like
the-
with like a
Cyrus,
stylized
Cyrus.
bottle with like a thing inside.
They're
like
right there.
drops.
Good.
No,
next to him.
Antariksh.
Rakesh
Antariksh,
Gulati,
no, that's
his
the
wife.
Antariksh. That's the Gulati family urine. That's the,
Yeah.
you know.
Stop it. Rishi's going berserk again.
Correct.
And I can't concentrate because of the. It's like Ringo Starr early audition. His sounds are coming out of the legs now.
Talking about urine, let's
Yeah.
get into our pet tales
heads up for
segment of the day.
tales.
Oh, thank God we spoke about urine, guys. Otherwise,
Yes.
Wait. Before that, let me just pat my imaginary doggy. Hi, Baba.
Yeah.
And as I do that,
why are you patting Rishi's legs, Cyrus?
it's not his legs, but it is Rishi.
All right. So today's possum story comes from our very own country. It's a story of an army dog, another army dog by the name of Axel. All right.
Yes.
So on July 31st of this year, the
Of
Indian
the
Army
Guns N' Roses day.
laid to rest one of its finest and bravest canine soldiers, the German Shepherd Axel. During a high-stakes anti-terror operation in J&K in Jammu and Kashmir, 2 security personnel, an army soldier and a policeman were injured. Okay, they couldn't locate where the terrorist was shooting from, so they sent a dog in, Axel. The army couldn't pinpoint the location of the terrorist, who was holed up in a house just some 10 meters away from a mosque. That's when Axel was pressed into action. The brave dog, with a body camera attached to him, so they know this is exactly what happened, charged into the house and was able to locate the position of the terrorist, but however was shot by the terrorist during that operation.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. However, Axel's sacrifice ensured that the terrorists could be neutralized, could be pinpointed, and that no other soldiers had to lose their lives or get injured further. What an amazing soul that dog was. Axel will be remembered by his army unit, the 26th Dog Unit, and the armed forces at large for his ultimate sacrifice, which helped him save.
And I would have pumped bullet
Countless
after
lives.
bullet from every gun I could find in the evil person's face.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, the GSD, I don't want to be racist about dog. What a dog, man.
What a dog.
And what they
German
say about the GSD, he's not the smartest, he's not
Classic,
the
no?
sharpest, he's not the
Classic,
fastest,
classic.
he's not
Yeah.
the strongest, he's not the most intelligent, but he's the second best at everything. He's the all-round dog. And of course, all the
Yeah.
shepherds that are bred from him. The best.
Personally, I love that story.
gorgeous.
In the
Huge.
sense that I was,
Imagine how can you have human relations, because these guys are, they'll go to fire against their primary
that's
instinct to follow
that's
you.
exactly what I was going to say, Cyrus. I was
Dude,
so.
That's why
I
I've
was
given up
this
on human
close.
beings.
Dude,
you know?
even like
That's the thing.
bullet sounds must be so.
So naturally, it scares
Yeah.
the crap out of them. Okay,
Exactly,
but they're
right?
able to overcome
Yeah,
that.
that is
And that's just
amazing.
amazing.
Wow.
Just out of devotion for the pack.
I was.
When will you do that for me? Will you take a bullet for me, brother?
Are you calling me a
Silvery.
dog?
Will doggy make a
No,
difference?
Antariksh is second
German
best
Shepherd.
dog.
That's fine. That's
How
high
much
praise.
is that doggy in the window?
Calling me that's high praise calling me a German Shepherd. That's nice.
I'm telling you, I was this close to joining Islam, but then after this dog shooting thing,
Yeah.
I
how
can't.
do we
I was
eject
so
you
into
from
the
the show?
Sandu virgin.
Sparsh, there's only one button here that we need at this moment. There's no way we can come out of this happily.
I'm
So we need to
telling
just
you.
eject. Sriraam, you'll be leaving the show. You can join whatever you want and do whatever you want with your life after that. Never speak to us again. May Gurgaon be your last bastion. All right, good night and thanks for being with us. Yeah.
If anything, Gurgaon is my terrorist hole that I have to walk into every day, man.
Hey,
You know?
Ayushi joined us
Your
in the
sleeper
chat.
cells are in Gurgaon. Yeah.
How do you think
Hey, what did Ayushi
pronounces
say there?
Gurgaon?
What did Ayushi
Gurgan? Gurgan would be right?
Gurgan, yes.
Gurgan.
Gurgan. Gurgan is a
Ayushi
good
Oh,
name.
Gurgaon. Okay.
Gurgan.
Gurgan. Yeah.
Gurgan.
Yeah. Hey, then there's a Gurgan.
Hey, Rishi,
There's a Gurgan
Put your hand in the
chapati.
frame. What the hell are you doing? Ah! You molester!
What is happening?
Ah! एक बार और बेटा ताजा से.
I was covered by a laptop. I have no idea what just happened.
Okay, Ayushi is not watching our show. She's saying, hello, sweet people, good morning. Obviously
Yeah,
something else. But
What
I
is
think the track's
what is
not-
Ayushi up? What was the comment?
Ayushi runs a huge company. She's got lots of work stress. The
Yeah.
last 2 weeks, she was in Ahmedabad for 9 days, and Navratri is
Yeah.
coming. So I expect her to be married by 15th October.
She's at the docks right now saying bye and hi to ships as they come and go.
Honestly, I feel like
This
if-
talking to ships has to
Yes.
end now, right? I mean, it's just
It
ridiculous.
shouldn't. Why?
Yeah.
The ship whisperer. We need a ship whisperer.
You
man.
think?
Yeah. Someone who can talk to ships, understand them.
I also feel Cyrus, if like whatever 25 plus odd Navratris haven't managed it, what hope does this Navratri?
Okay, what is this? Something about turning by because he saw my post? Can you show us that little
Oh man.
comment?
Yes.
Oh God, that's
Cyrus, what did
that
you
I
post
was
Yeah,
looking
yesterday?
at
that was a
Cyrus's
mistake.
post
What have you
yesterday when
posted
my
yesterday,
wife
man?
I
asked
posted.
me.
I said
Oh yeah,
also it's his fault.
Why did you send it to
I
him?
was look,
And someone
because
else
they
is
have
taking
that sort of a
photo, by the way.
relationship.
Who is the
Antariksh.
person taking a
that's
photo?
the point.
Someone else. There is another photo.
I was just
hand in the frame that is
Okay.
taking the photo.
I was taking.
While Cyrus is
May I speak
completely
now?
naked
Milord.
with his balls and cock in his
I
hands.
was looking at the right quad stomp just to see the.
Oh,
okay.
it was.
Anyways, I can't explain all that.
You
You're
were,
interested in bodybuilding.
Cyrus, you were looking at the stomp, but I was
But
looking
there's
at
a
your
hole in the
stomp.
jock. So I was adjusting that and making sure that that's not seen because it's me and clothes. It was torn. So unfortunately we didn't realize how vulgar it looked until we sent
Yeah.
it.
Why
You know,
did
but
you
I was
send-
I wasn't looking at the quad. I wasn't even looking at the
And
freaking
how did you
hand
post
position.
it? And why haven't you gotten it deleted since?
But you tell
Yes,
Costa, then my
nice.
daughter says, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
And
Dude,
then
my
I saw
daughter's
it.
friends are gonna see this. Poor
They're
things.
not friends anymore.
exactly. exactly, dude. What the hell?
Cyrus,
And then,
Oh, man.
so who's
Cyrus,
somebody said, yeah,
That's
I-
it. That's the
Ah,
photo.
no, don't show it.
That's
Don't
the
take it
photo.
off. Take it off. It was a mistake.
Cyrus-
Dude, but people talk about how you don't have toned legs. Your legs are toned as hell. Your thighs, man.
And this is on my right. I'm stomping. I'm
Yeah.
trying to push out the right quad. Okay,
Yeah.
that's called the right stomp. It's a Jay Cutler's famous return.
Shit,
to
will we get a
Olympia
strike?
stage
Will we
with
get a
the left stomp.
vulgarity strike for this?
No, the vulgarity.
Indecent
The
exposure.
vulgarity strike is for the face. So I'm thinking we're okay. We don't have to go lower. That's
So we get
fine.
one every day
By the way,
anyway.
Shri is very Shri. Just listen to me as we speak. Rishi put it up, and Rishi's legs are clapping. They are making sounds.
I
Really
don't-
gonna fall, bro.
are you? Do you blame him? I'm in half a mind to quit this podcast and clap some legs. Huh? But
Listen,
the only reason,
you just be careful. You say all the wrong things, bro. Just be careful.
the only reason, Cyrus, you should delete that is because it just sets too high a standards
Too
for
high a
us
standard.
watching.
For English speaking comedians, it's really big here. Oh, no
MTV
pun
to
intended.
FTV,
No
real
pun
quick.
intended.
Shoving has a nice comment. MTV to
Oh,
FTV,
yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
But you know what sort of FTV?
We're
this
gonna
is when
stop
you-
here. No bump in pay.
Yeah.
Bolo?
Hey, but there's a question.
Chinmay is
I mean,
flirting.
although-
Yeah, nice thighs, Cyrus.
Hey, there you go.
Nice
Wow.
thigh. It's a right quad.
Hey, this is a
stomp.
question.
Yeah.
This is a question
You
to
tap
all
on the
the
leg.
Again, I have
and
to
then
say,
you-
dude,
and
very,
then you-
very toned thighs.
Then you
Yeah,
try
yeah.
and put
Very
on as
toned.
much muscle
Yeah,
as
very
you
toned.
can.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you
Yeah.
later, boys.
Why don't you do something with your calves also, Cyrus?
Calves are genetic.
Hey, here's a question that I have for all the laddies in the show, watching the show. Was FTV a thing for the women?
There
as
are
well?
no ladies. And there's Himisha and Ayushi.
sorry,
who
what
are
do you-
now
No,
on
no,
the
at
lads.
least-
They've just
No,
given
no,
us-
Shina, what are you asking?
No,
FTV
there's
what?
Hamisha Ayushi and the 8 men who pretend to be ladies. So,
Shavik! Rascally!
so was
Sriraam, what about
FTV a
FTV?
thing? FTV a thing for the women's as well, as much it was for the men's in the.
You're
I-
asking
in the 90s?
Silvery as the
I-
expert.
are you
Silvery,
a-
please answer the question.
Are you
Beta.
asking if there was male nudity as well?
No,
on-
please
No,
answer
but
it.
there were
Not
male
good.
models as well walking in those things.
No, there were no
right?
male models.
So, you know,
there were
people-
male
Of course
models,
there
but male
were.
What
models
is
don't
FTV?
count.
Oh, what?
Fashion TV, right?
Oh,
Fashion
it's not Fuck
TV.
TV? Sorry. I'm sorry. That was like a
The
joke.
problem
As
is-
kids,
Sparsh,
the
we used to
problem
do that
after you
is-
joke.
eject Sriraam, we have to eject
Eject
Silvery. Okay?
Antariksh.
So please get
No.
Rishi's makeup
FTV is
done.
fashion
TV.
Rishi has to come
No,
back
no.
into the frame now. We have no option.
Oddly, fuck TV is what MTV eventually became, where they fucked television.
Fuck this
But-
shit, dude.
But
I'll tell you,
is,
that's frankly, we should reserve the right to use that word for this podcast and only for this podcast. And
Are-
Hamisha's so innocent. FTV,
Yeah,
what
are
is
they,
that?
are they really asking?
Oh.
or
What up,
are
Yeah,
they-
hey,
Hamisha tried to do that.
Words
Hey,
without
what is
vowels.
FTV, yeah? Hey, Vishal, hey, what is FTV? I've never heard
I was
of
FTV
it.
out of
You
pure
know,
pleasure.
like
Didn't
this.
do anything for me. Straight female. All right.
Oh, okay.
Shweta Bappat says it.
Shweta, join the show. You're on.
Okay.
You're on.
Fabulous.
Sriraam.
Oh, damn.
But I get this. I get this. Right? See, unless you are actually interested in the fashion world, which
What are you
firstly I
talking
don't think.
about?
I don't
Back
think
in the
FTV
90s,
No,
I don't think
man.
FTV is an outlet for that.
Back in the
anyway.
90s, before the internet gave you access to adult
Yeah.
entertainment,
Yeah,
Sriram,
yeah.
as a young
As
horny
a
boy in
woman, I'm saying.
Chembur, would watch fashion TV waiting for the lingerie section. I
I
know
imagine-
how these despots behave.
Correct, but I'm saying as
And
a
that's
woman, I
partly
imagine
because
as a
I
woman,
wanted to
Yes.
buy
I can
some good
imagine.
lingerie for
See,
myself.
one sec. Let him go.
I'm saying
Say.
as a woman, I can say that.
Go on.
Like I imagine for women.
Is that the
for
punch
women-
or there's more
No,
to
no,
come? Because now
no,
I'm confused.
As women, what I think is unless you are like super interested in fashion itself, FTV won't interest you that much because we are watching it to look at
Bro,
the nudity.
You're right, but
Yeah.
that who cares as long as they watch it? Nobody's asking why you're watching it, right? So
Yeah, but-
males are watching for the girls are watching for the clothes and the girls sometimes. I don't know. I'm just saying. Shri, are you the expert on FTV?
You don't need that. I think there are other ways to find out fashion otherwise. Not FTV.
No, back in the 90s, this was big, bro. This was a big thing. This was a fashion
It
channel.
was a
What are you
big thing.
saying?
It was a big thing.
You're too young. You don't understand anything.
I get it.
Did you know that
I've had my fair share of
Adam
FTV?
didn't
Okay.
meet Eve?
Every
That's
single
the
night,
thing.
9 p.m. it
That's
was
the
on at
thing.
my house.
Dad.
No.
So mom likes fashion. What's the story here,
No,
brother?
guys. No. Cyrus, no. Cyrus, no.
No.
Antariksh-
You
Antariksh-
attack religion. You attack
Here's
Kashmir. You are going after
here's
me for passing remarks.
Cyrus,
There is a damn cool about.
that's-
What the hell is
that's
wrong
not
with
what
you?
Okay,
Here's what
let's
I'm
calm
trying to
Cyrus down. Let's go for a break and come back.
One second.
Where were the clothes?
Okay, quick.
What is
quick,
his
quick.
remark? Didn't cable
Shriram.
Wallas broadcast B-grade films late night? Oh, let's talk about the
Yeah,
FTV.
let's but quickly, Sriraam, your 1 second if you want.
Antariksh, I just want to defend you.
That's it. Your time's over.
Cyrus, Antariksh didn't watch FTV because he grew up as a well-nurtured child. He was sent models at home as the
Can I tell you, you're wrong. He grew up in Panchgani, where his
2
idea,
years only.
his idea of fashion was what is called the urinals, and
Yeah.
it was not a pleasant experience because basically which towel is
Yeah.
going to be removed.
Around my waist, yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
and then
Or
removed.
yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
And then spanked.
And now
On the
we're
acid.
going to show you a documentary explaining how Silvery suffered and became the man he is today. Here it is. Vineet K is asking, IVM is full of Parsis, isn't it? Is that true? There's no Parsis.
You, and that's it.
That's about it.
And Ashton.
Okay, two, yeah. But beyond that, what about people working here? I haven't seen anyone.
Zarina's not Parsi, is she?
Could
Poonawala?
be. Zarina Poonawala? That's
Yeah.
very Parsi sounding.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Or Bori. There's only two options you got.
so
Go to
could
sh-
be. Could be.
I think Abbas is Parsi.
No, Abbas is applied. He's applied. We told him that
His
once.
application is in the works.
Yeah,
It's,
we're looking
it's
at
about
every-
to be rejected.
No,
like
no.
Shashi Tharoor's application for
once
Congress president.
The Russian accent is pick and span. He's in because that's a
Yeah.
huge thing. Yeah, we love that. We love that.
But have you guys heard?
Apro Ruski. Abbas. Are we?
But have you guys heard this? That Congress is going to have Congress president elections finally.
Yeah.
And Ashok Gehlot and Shashi Tharoor
Shashi
are the
Tharoor.
front runners right now.
Shashi.
Yeah, I hope Shashi actually gets
Yeah.
it.
Because we
Because
can.
he's a little more
No.
anti-establishment, I feel, than
Of course.
than
He's
Ashok
one of
Gehlot.
us, in a
Yeah,
sense.
In a sense.
We can relate to Shashi. What's wrong
Yeah.
with you, Shri? What's
Well,
your problem?
Sriraam, what do you want?
No.
You don't like English
Tamil,
anymore?
no, Tamil not liking
Wow.
Malayali. That's a problem. The Malayali
Just
guy
because-
gets picked on by the Tamil guy. Always.
Cyrus, just because he murdered his wife doesn't mean he wins our hearts.
I mean,
Okay?
again, see.
I know
if-
that's something that
if you want him to win, don't
inherently
say
want to
stuff like
do. But
It's called defamation and he can sue you.
Yeah.
Okay? Because as of now,
Okay.
there's no such proof. So you got to be very
Yeah.
careful. See,
Okay.
and IBM will not defend you.
what is the fancy word for defamation that he would use?
When he's in the north, defamation. But otherwise you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
Some
think I
serious-
like the fact that you have to at least have one, like suspected murder-ish case to become prime minister. I think that's the bar where we set
Okay,
it.
we have to eject this guy. He's so dangerous right now. Whatever
Yeah.
he said before, it's just getting worse and worse.
Yeah, really.
We have to put a bag on his
Sorry.
head and slowly make sure the body decomposes. All right, Rishi?
Sorry.
Once your legs calm down, off you go to Gurgaon.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Just
why
open the
Shashi
door,
Tharoor
Shri.
is
Someone's
anti-
coming to meet you. Yeah.
I'll
But
tell you why
about
Shashi
this-
Tharoor is anti-establishment because I think that's the niche that he can carve for himself, right? I think he's just struggling and he's not a people's person.
So,
He's
sorry
not
to
a person of the
interrupt you
masses.
there, but Aditya says that for defamation, the right word in Hindi is defecation. I thought that was a
Do you
Sriraam
put a-
moment, but he's not.
Do you
impressed.
do you pour a
But-
powder on top of it?
No. Sometimes we have to move
But-
on. Otherwise, you kill it.
But Sriraam, I think Shashi Tharoor is a great communicator. You're saying he's not a people's person.
But I feel oratory skills for a leader is so
One second.
underrated.
Go
Why
a
is it
great way,
glorified
man.
Now it's
elocution
time.
Oratory
competition?
skills go a huge
No,
way,
no,
I think,
listen.
as a...
Can you
But you
stop?
don't want to
Can you
make
stop?
it into an...
One sec, please. I have breaking news. I don't want you to lose that. Silvery, please.
Yeah.
Shubham Yadav has got a very important point. Please, go ahead.
Shubham Yadav says, hey Cyrus, in
Let
Kumar
me-
Varun's podcast,
हाँ.
गोपाल जी ने आपके तारीफों के फूल बांध दिए. You are funny.
I'll explain to the non-Hindi speaking public from Gurgaon.
Agreed, yeah. Like I thought I've always said this. Cyrus is one of the quickest, fastest, funniest minds.
I generally feel Cyrus is like top.
You
top
were
one
heterosexual,
funny
both of you. What happened suddenly?
Having said that,
Uh,
the fact that you stopped everything to pull up that comment, I'm going to say is a very Abbas
Boss
moment.
move.
Yeah, okay.
So this is not woke,
Absolutely
right?
not.
Of me? I
Yes,
just
absolutely not.
try to understand the whole thing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, coming back to the Congress thing.
What is Raju
Raju
Srivastava?
Srivastava just got news.
Oh God.
that
Okay. Okay.
He
Okay.
has
Before we
passed
say
away.
something stupid, yeah. Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
But,
Also,
Shit, Raju Srivastava
long-
passed away?
yeah.
Rest in peace,
Samir has sent
the
it in,
great
and now
Raju
others are
Srivastava.
sending it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, the great Raju Srivastava.
Oh.
And
Okay.
and
Let's
have
not-
you must have worked with him, right?
I met him twice. One
Sweet
show
man.
also.
He
Yeah, yeah.
always looked like a very
Like,
sweet
like I
man.
said, yeah, he was really nice. He's like a
Yeah.
really nice guy.
Yeah.
So there's two types of comedians. We discussed this before. No, they seem
Yeah,
very
correct.
serious and friendly in a nice way.
Correct. Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're waiting for the joke always, and that doesn't
Yeah.
come. Then there's the smart aleck Sriraam type of comedian
Yeah,
who
great.
always give you-
No, Raju Srivastava played a great joke on me where he was supposed to do like a master class or something
I hope we didn't do it on the name.
Oh.
Huh.
for the front row or some of those things.
Oh,
and
okay.
His team approached me to script the master class.
Oh
I
wow.
thought that was a great joke where Raju thought that his team thought that my sensibilities were close to his.
Or rather,
That's-
above, because you're the guy who's creating the whole thing. So
Yeah,
you
he's
actually
not
look up to that
say.
person in a sense.
Yeah.
No,
Sri, I got a lot of respect for you. You are now the goat of comedy, as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned. I'm putting you down as number one,
Hey,
ranking
thank
number
you.
one, Abbas number
As
two. Because Abbas
as
going to
a-
mention
as
it
a-
anyway, so we might as well say it. Yeah. Okay. A quick word on
Quick
Raju
Arabic.
Srivastava. I think
Yeah.
for a second year,
Yeah.
as a member of the fraternity, or
Absolutely.
we're hardly a fringe members, but you know,
Yeah.
in a sense, one man before Kapil, not this
correct.
Kapil or anybody else.
Yeah.
he
Like the
sort of-
original stand-up, one of the
yeah.
original guard, I would say.
And to take it
after
from being
joining,
the comedian in films
Correct.
to actually being the comedian who performs and is an artist in his own right, separately from everybody else.
Dude,
Yeah.
Aditya SK has said his
What was-
Amitabh impression was awesome. Yeah, it was bloody fantastic.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. I think that's the thing about Raju Srivastava. I didn't see much of him, but I think all of my friends and all obviously loved him and started watching him. So at that time, it was this sort of very impression mimicry sort of a culture to comedy, and to turn that to
Find the ways to put him down. This is not the time
No,
for
no,
that.
no. I'm not. I'm saying from that he took that and also said, let me do observational stuff at the same time, right? So he sort of
Yeah.
almost sort of veered the path of comedic language.
Yeah.
Okay,
Also, Ramesh is like my wife. The personality just changes. He goes on stage, he's somebody else. He's completely different, and then he's fully on.
Really, Cyrus?
Like my
you,
wife,
you
we
told
enter the
me to
bedroom
not
and she's
put
somebody
people
else.
down, and then
Yeah.
No, but I just want to rant here for a second because she starts screaming at me for no reason. I
Yeah.
made a couple of passing comments about my brother-in-law, lovely guy who was there, whatever, and I just made a couple of maybe not so positive things. And
But as a joke, right?
well, not
Not.
people think I'm trying to be funny.
He might be
but
watching.
I'm a social.
Your brother-in-law might be
I
watching.
see myself as a social scientist. So my point is, look, this is for the good of mankind. This
Yeah.
is my observation.
You're-
Rightly or wrongly, this is
Yeah.
what I think.
Yeah.
You might think it's funny. It doesn't offend me if you laugh.
Okay.
But she gets really angry.
Yeah, okay.
She's always angry. My wife only has one mood. It's angry and then they're super angry. There's nothing else. It's always that.
That video of her hitting you was hilarious, by the way. I must say.
She wasn't even super
I don't
angry
stand
yet.
for it.
Yeah.
When you got hit in that episode,
You
Cyrus, I
felt
just
bad,
can't
right?
stand for
You
it.
ran to Gurgaon. You were
Yeah.
so worried.
Yeah, who will fight for Cyrus's rights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I thought Aisha was from
It was
Gurgaon,
arranged.
like
It was arranged.
it was.
Blame the
no, it was.
families.
It was.
Yeah.
No. In this, I know it was a love marriage, but
Yeah.
I thought she was also
Love?
from
I
Gurgaon.
never heard that word, really?
Yeah, whatever feeling you want to
Yeah,
associate.
yeah.
But-
Couldn't find anyone else marriage? Yes, that's the one.
Hemicha says, I don't
which
blame her,
is-
Cyrus.
Why do the women do this,
Just
And the other thing they always say, how's your third child? That's the other thing which drives her nuts.
Yeah.
How's the other
Oh,
real child?
man.
How's the kid? How's the kid who can't grow up? Those kind of things, And it's not fair because the other two kids are also really kids and badly behaved. So there's three. It's like Amar, Akbar, Anthony. We got all three,
Yeah,
behave.
correct. Can we?
I feel
quickly just go
interchange-
back
By the
to-
way,
you all
let's
have-
go back to Raju. Again, please,
no,
guys.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
Raju.
Raju ka ho gaya.
Yeah,
We're not talking
matlab-
about that. Okay.
I mean, if you have more stories to share.
No, you guys haven't said
Rest in
anything.
peace.
I'm
No,
saying so.
absolutely, rest in peace. My parents were huge fans of all the comedy nights with Kapil, all his appearances, of all the stand-up comedy, Hindi stand-up comedy shows on TV with Sidhu and Aparna. and Raju Srivastava was always their favorite.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure.
And
it will be sorely missed.
my worry is always that if there's heaven and hell and all this nonsense and there's God and you guys pray a lot and all that, how come the guys who don't harm anyone keep dying? That's I never understood that. Can someone explain to me? They've got a list of people who say, okay, dangerous, difficult, kill people, whatever, cause war, destruction, death, whatever. Nothing seems to happen. And then some guy who's doing comedy and possibly making people happy. I'm not saying 100%, but sometimes makes people happy here and there.
Definitely trying to, for sure.
Yeah.
Right? That should be commended.
How selfless we are.
Yeah, we're trying to make people happy. अब
Yeah.
नहीं हुए तो उनकी
के लिए
गलती है.
समाज के लिए हम काम करते हैं सर.
Exactly.
ना फर्ज है.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
Coming back to the story we were talking about, the Congress thing, Shashi Tharoor versus Ashok Gehlot.
Right.
They're saying that this will be the first, if it goes on without Gandhi participating, because right now it's looking like Rahul Gandhi won't be participating in this presidential.
He can't suddenly change his mind last minute and say, okay guys, I'm throwing my hat in the ring, both vote for me.
But 30th,
and it's over.
They have the date is 30th for the final person to put in their papers. Ki, I want to be in this race. So till then we'll have to wait and see. But it's looking
Could
like
I
he
put in
won't.
my papers? But I'm not.
You have to be a party card holding party member.
But can't they do some setting later, like how you get a Rajya Sabha seat 6 months later or whatever? Can't
Let's
they do
try
some
it.
setting?
Let's try it. Let's talk to.
What the hell? I want to be president of something. Rishi, what can I be president of? It's going to be something.
The Parsi Association of Malabar Hill.
You got to put a communal twinge to it. Really, always communal twinge to it. And geographical. Malabar Hill.
Yeah,
so always.
Malabar Hill has to be.
Yeah.
No, that's how you start. No, you start with a region that you espouse and a religion that you know.
Yeah, before you say put your foot back in your mouth, I just want to quickly mention I want a Spanish touch to my presidency. I'll be called El Presidente.
El
that
Presidente.
okay? El Presidente. I just feel it sounds.
Yeah.
That's what this one was, no?
Who would
Who's
you
that
like
guy?
to sing a happy birthday song
Che
for?
Guevara
Which
was
celebrity?
You
Like Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Castro.
Well,
Castro is
Marilyn Monroe will be
El Presidente,
127, so today, perhaps not in the best shape of her life.
No.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
Wasn't Castro Fidel
A young
Castro
Rekha. I would love a younger Rekha. The
But
Umrah
we
Jani.
are going forwards in time, Cyrus. Not
Forward,
back.
I don't know names of
Tell
girls
me
here.
someone- Priyanka Chopra. She can
Okay,
sing
if this
really
was a
well.
Miss India contest, my wife Aisha. And I want to save the world.
No,
One child at a
no,
time.
Cyrus. Cyrus, no. You when you become the president of something, you can leave your wife.
El Presidente.
El Presidente.
El Presidente.
That
Thank
is
you.
how it is.
Yeah.
That was Castro, right? El Presidente was it?
Yeah. Is it true he got castrated?
Yeah, sure.
Rishi, I'm thinking that's what we should do to you, man. Stop the
So,
leg movement. Yeah.
This will be the first time, going back to Congress, this will be the first time in 20
Oh,
years.
how sweet. You still want to
that-
cling to that?
Just,
Go.
this is the first time in 20 years
Yeah.
where they'll have a Gandhi.
Free. You were going to
not
say Gandhi free.
Not
You
Gandhi
were going to
free.
say Gandhi free.
I was.
A society
More
with
than
no-
20 years.
Ah.
Like
Who was the
Congress
last one?
leadership,
Narasimha?
where Gandhi won't be. The
In
Gandhi
the
family
fray.
won't be
In the fray. The name is not in the
yeah,
fray.
Who's-
not in the fray.
Yeah, go on.
Who was the last
Go on.
one? Narasimha Rao was there, no? The last even more than 20 years, right? Then
Yeah, more than 20 years. That's what I'm
Manmohan
saying.
Singh wasn't
Early 90s.
elected president.
So-
was he? Yeah.
Selected, did you say? Yes.
Yeah, Manmohan Singh was
done.
selected.
Well
He was
done.
selected.
Well
Yeah,
done.
that's true.
Yeah. But I want
Yeah,
to
so
party was
Narasimha Rao, that's
I'm
how
not
far
quite
back,
sure
yeah.
how old Shashi Tharoor is, Sriraam, but I think he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
And but Ashok Gehlot is 97 or something. So I mean,
He's in 70.
yeah, I just and
But-
with due respect to Ashok Gehlot, he really should not be in the game anymore.
But you know what they're
I
saying
mean, firstly,
about...
Sachin Pilot should be running the state. That's another story. This guy's really old.
Yeah.
Even comedians, that's what I've been telling Kunal Vijayekar the same
Again,
thing. There has to be a
but-
cutoff, man. There has to be a cutoff.
But this is how we think. That's the problem with us. Oh, we look at age, oratory skills. No, they are looking at one final scam that they can make it through, like the prime ministership.
Bro,
and
I
everything
tell
like
you,
that. So
Shashi,
why are we sort of?
I'm a huge
Why
fan
are we
of
sort of
Shashi.
looking at all these optics here?
No, optics
It's
are
just-
important. I've worked with Shashi.
Yeah.
I've seen him around. I've seen the reactions. I've done something in Delhi, in Bombay, in Pune,
Hmm.
and maybe no.
You've
that's it.
interviewed him multiple times.
No, but I've been with. I've seen the audience reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there was a
They
camping
really
school
like
thing
him,
where
no? Yeah.
my friends
But-
went and no, listen.
but Cyrus,
so I'm
that's
looking at
not
4
the
different
masses.
markets. Everywhere
Yeah.
he went, he was like Elvis.
Yeah.
They screamed
Yeah,
for
but that's
him.
what
They
the
loved him.
market-
Women liked him. He's different.
Okay,
And he's very presentable, and he's charming, and he's fantastic on stage. He's a great orator.
you
When we
should
discuss.
Yeah.
go to Hisar with Shashi Tharoor and then make a call.
Oh, he's
on
good there
whether-
too. His Hindi and other languages are not that bad as people think. And,
Yeah.
and secondly, he's very presentable. Now, no disrespect to Ashok Gehlot. I just think that maybe 15, 20 years he might put up a fight. But now I think, come on, bro. Enough is enough.
Also, they're
I don't
saying,
fight with Silvery. It's his time now. He's the king of the ring.
they're also saying that
Just because he coughed doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's doing. Sorry.
You're saying that Ashok Gehlot is like Gandhi family loyalist. So
They're both are the same thing in any case.
Are they
Royalist,
really?
loyalist.
Oh, okay.
Spot
So
on,
so they're saying that this is either way is gonna be beneficial for Sonia Gandhi and her family.
Yeah,
They're
it's
gonna-
like
they're gonna
who,
pull
which
interesting
puppet?
I don't think Shashi is.
Who wants to
Shashi
be
is
puppet
now.
number one?
Shashi is his own man.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
So I thought you just said, you're saying both of them.
No. I'm saying that Shashi
not.
will be good for them in a sense.
Oh, yeah,
because
like
they
that.
need a
Correct.
new leadership, new dynamism.
Yeah, correct.
Which
That's
he'll
what I'm
give.
saying. Yeah.
And his presence, he's got great. He's like a rock star.
I
He's got
agree.
presence,
I absolutely
and
agree.
it's pan-India presence. Okay, it's more, I suppose, the higher
And
classes.
Shashi has been saying for years that change in leadership is needed, change in leadership is needed. Ashok Gehlot will be like, nahi, Rahul Gandhi ki hi seat hai,
Yeah.
the
I
Congress
think
party head.
Ashok Gehlot is not able to go beyond Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah,
The sentence
that's
is
the
not
problem.
complete.
Yeah.
The answer to everything is Rahul Gandhi. Yes. Do we get concession on this? Rahul Gandhi.
How old are you today? Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah. From here, how do I reach Khan Market?
Rahul Gandhi. Yeah. All right, let's move on to
How happy
our.
we are with our jokes. I mean, what a bunch of morons.
Very happy.
really.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Very
Let's
good.
move on to our Volvo branded segment, which is a sustainability story for this day,
Yeah.
powered by Volvo XC40 Recharge.
Radio.
All right. Our sustainability story for today comes from the amazing country of Holland, where students from the Eindhoven University of Technology.
Abbas would have loved this moment because Eindhoven should have been the bouncer on the back foot. The batsman is trying to get under the ball,
Yeah.
sways away,
Yes.
and it passes his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Eindhoven University of Technology have built a car that captures more carbon than it emits. The Zero Emission Mobility, or ZEM as it's called, car is powered by a lithium-ion battery pack and made mostly from recycled plastics. A spokesperson from the team at the university says that the end goal is to create a more sustainable future through these carbon-eating electric vehicles. Lastly, this is an amazing feat of engineering that just goes to show how we do have the talent to solve the current global environment crisis if we all bring our journey
IIT
together.
Amsterdam is the best IIT of the lot. I got to tell you.
IIT Amsterdam.
Yes, that's where it comes from.
Eindhoven.
Yeah.
Eindhoven.
But I didn't want to push in, the whole Eindhoven story again. Ours would pass, so I thought we'll just go to Amsterdam. One second, let me
Eindhoven
check.
University.
So, which one are you happier with? PSV
I like
Eindhoven?
IIT Amsterdam. I like.
IIT Amsterdam.
I would
Hey,
love
listen,
to be at IIT.
I was in Holland just before the pandemic one, and let me tell you, there are plenty of Indians. They see everywhere.
Yeah, there are. Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
It's one of the countries you don't want to go to on holiday because the first thing you see is yourself. Everywhere you look. No.
No, one of the most beautiful cities in Netherlands is Rotterdam.
Yeah.
So the history is that Rotterdam was.
I wish the story was about Rotterdam, not Eindhoven. That would have
I
been
know,
better
I know.
for you. Damn
Yeah.
it.
But Rotterdam was like.
You been?
I've been, yeah.
Wow.
It's.
I told you this guy's rich. He's no struggling comic. How many Indian comics go to Rotterdam?
I went when I was like 12 years old. Since then, my family has lost a lot of money.
So it comes closer to India every holiday. Yeah, after that.
Right, yeah.
Now they can only afford
Nepal.
Eindhoven.
No.
Sri Lanka.
No, it's Gurgaon.
Gurgaon. All right.
Gurgaon. Okay, come on. Let's do because we've got to wind up early because of
Let's do it,
reasons I
let's.
can't
All right.
explain. And yeah.
Let's go to
Not
Amaz.
early, but. Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored. I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
The first Amma comes from Akshay K, who says, "Did IVM think of changing this show to Cyrus Only Says?" We did, very often, all the time, every day. Yeah, change it right now.
Akshay,
Let's reveal the new logo, guys.
Akshay, do you think you're the only person in the history of my life who's
Yeah.
criticized me for talking too much?
Yes,
This is the
really.
first time I'm hearing
This
it.
guy, dude.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
where did this come from?
What a
This guy
normal
goes,
thought. Cyrus Only Says show ka naam hona chahiye. Oh, nice.
Hey, I actually feel like Cyrus, like I think by the time we all have thought of one joke as a thing, Cyrus has 8. So I think like
That's
he's
exactly it.
very-
Sriraam.
It can't be helped, man. It's just
Forget
too
Cyrus.
quick.
Do you understand how dangerous you are? Because every joke I'm trying to now think for you, where's he going to go with
Where's
it?
he-
Is it going to be religion? Is it going to be country? Or is it going to be the holy ghost in the
Like,
country?
you have that
Who you
that
going to
problem,
attack?
always that problem with Sriraam and
Yeah.
Puneet, both of them.
Yeah. Oh
Very-
God, you're
very-
right.
yeah.
We
It's
should never
exactly
have
the
them
same.
together. Otherwise, we'll go mad.
Go mad.
You'll just have to keep shouting about them. Oh, and Boris
Or-
Becker
No,
is
no.
in jail. You know,
Or
some-
that would be the greatest episode in
Ever.
Cyrus's history.
And the last.
And the last.
yeah.
Or definitely the last, either way.
So Cyrus only
is a good or
said.
bad?
Cyrus only
Yeah,
said
Cyrus only
that
said.
episode. Yeah, okay.
Rohan,
Rishi, I spat on the mic.
Yeah.
I'll just.
okay. Rohan Patil says, Cyrus, where do you work apart from IVM and CNN?
I wish I could answer
Whoa.
that question.
Whoa.
I suppose the kitchen comes to mind.
No.
Bro,
But
here's my
but
story
he
of
just said
entertainers.
that.
Yeah.
Entertainers, and you please accept that this is the truth of all of us. We're always looking for work. Whether you're
Yeah.
Shah Rukh, Kamita,
Correct.
whatever,
Yeah.
you're looking
Yeah,
for work.
always hustling, yeah.
It's just a question of whether
Yeah.
you have work that week or month or not. There's no question. It never changes. You may make money, you
But-
may not make money, but you're always looking for work. You're just like a carpenter.
But Cyrus, you just answered the question. Aside from IVM and CNN, you worked with Shashi Tharoor. You did
I
a
do.
whole multi-city tour with him.
And successfully. Now Ashok Gehlot is hiring me. I've just got a call. He's saying, "Beta, umar bhi ek cheez hai kya?" I said, "हाँ जी."
All right, next one. Gayatri Desai asks.
That'd be really funny, no?
That'd be
If
hilarious.
he's checking with people, is age an
Correct.
issue? Yeah, what do you- and all the
because
chabdas
he's
go, "No."
potentially-
So why? No, no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because he's potentially no, not at all. I mean, have you seen Biden? He's 187. Yeah.
Wow. He declared COVID over. I become a fan immediately. This is the guy I want to lead everything.
But
Come
he
on.
declared it right. No, it is. He said the pandemic is over. Of course, the pandemic phase is over.
No, he used the words COVID is over also. And I want to use this.
No. He said pandemic is over.
And then under that.
We still have a ways to go against in the fight against COVID.
Oh, you learnt it by heart?
I did.
This is Eindhoven.
I saw that clip like 5 times. Look at that star.
You know, Antariksh,
Britain.
Antariksh is that kid who started off as a backbencher, but now he's just suddenly starting scoring.
I'm
scoring
middle
better than
bencher
you.
now. Yeah, somewhere.
No, he's scoring better than you.
No.
and-
My worry
Wow.
is he's still a backbencher, but someone's behind him and having fun. That's it.
You're saying Antariksh is copying better now.
Yeah.
Huh?
Gayatri Desai has asked, Cyrus, who is the kindest, most generous
Hey,
celebrity that you
Shubham
work with?
Yadav is again praising me. Whoosh, the Shubham gets a prize now.
Oh,
Huh?
what is happening with your eyes?
Can
Like,
you-
Shubham,
can we see
contact
your
Cyrus.
compliment
I don't want to say it, it'll sound very
Shubham.
arrogant.
Shubham, you
I don't know what the
contact Cyrus,
comment
he's
is.
gonna gift
Shubham
you-
says, Raju said once in a BBC interview, आज कल के स्टैंड अप में गाली देते हैं अक्सर इंग्लिश कॉमेडियन बट मैं पर्सनली साइरस और रिवाल्डो को देखता हूँ दे ऑल्सो डू इंग्लिश स्टफ बट बिना गाली दिए डॉक्टर सारे साहूकर
Thank God. He's so correct.
Well, that's cool, man. So
Oh,
he actually said some nice things about you.
Vinith K is saying if Cyrus is putting on the nudes in Instagram, he'll be an influencer, a bad influencer. Let's go for the bashing, guys. Let's keep going. Yeah.
All right, Gayatri Desai. Cyrus,
Shubham, by the way, Shubham, you one second. Sorry,
No, please, sir.
Now the
Please
Shubham,
go ahead, yeah.
Shubham, for that comment of the day, you get a free Volvo XC contact Cyrus,
XC40 Recharge.
XC40 Recharge contact Cyrus, and
Saukar again.
also some-
Thank God for that
Saukar.
guy. That guy saves us. He's the guy holding the ball all the time, bro. That guy's sweet. Yeah.
All right. Cyrus, the kindest, most generous celebrity you've worked with. Shahrukh, you've always said.
Shahrukh, very
Amitabh.
nice, but kindest, the word kind comes to mind with Bobby.
Bobby
He's
Deol?
really kind. He's
Wow.
really one of the nicest people. You just get such a nice vibe from him. He's almost like, why are you here?
Yeah.
He's just like a good human being. He's got a really good vibe. Sunil Shetty, very nice. Excellent.
Bobby Darling, you're talking about?
Bobby Darling was very mean to me
Really?
because we had done some gag and all this. He was a little offended.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's Saukar.
I mean,
was
I
exactly.
can
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
it was okay. We ironed it out. I had to compromise a little bit.
Hey, are you guys seeing this whole thing that Sunil Shetty is now like LinkedIn influencer, max business person now?
No.
You want a job? I
Yeah,
can make a
he
call.
is.
Sunil Shetty is a LinkedIn
Sunil
influencer.
Shetty is
It's a very
LinkedIn
in the Bun community.
influencer.
It's the most common name. So just double check everything.
What is he even posting about? Like work
I mean,
related?
you can't take names like
stuff?
Sunil Shetty. There are hundreds of them.
So he's also an accomplished restaurateur. He's
Yeah.
a real estate mogul.
Entrepreneur
So
in
he's
like.
all- and now he's like an angel
water sports.
investor.
Oh, they started a
so-
jeans
yeah.
line also, if I'm not mistaken, back
Really?
in the day in South Bombay.
Ah.
Yeah, clothes line. It was pretty big.
Wow,
Come on,
babu,
name.
yeah.
Yeah. Super. Because I don't buy clothes, so I know.
All right, that's so cool.
That's great.
Maybe it's
I
like
used
a
to be a big
literal.
Sunil Shetty fan.
He maybe started a literal clothes line. You know the line in which you hang your clothes.
Yeah, we got it. Don't explain. Don't do Kunal.
Very
I
good.
told you never explain. Once you explain, people die.
Have
Don't
you
do
guys
that.
seen?
Which is a very good business because everyone's manufacturing clothes,
Yeah.
but where do you hang them? Hence, a
Okay,
clothes
all right.
line.
Have you
I
guys-
want to hang myself. That's what I want to do listening to this. Yeah.
Shetty's clothesline business.
Stop it.
Have you
No,
seen-
There are no Shetties in the clothesline business.
Have
You
you?
know.
Have
Stop
either,
Dene
stereotyping.
wala
Next
jab
you'll say
deta.
Shetty's only in restaurant business. How dare you? Back off.
guys, have either of you seen Sunil Shetty's answer to the movie Judwa, which was Gopi Kishan, which is a double role? Sunil
Yeah,
Shetty
lovely.
movie.
Mere do do
I-
baap. That's
Yes,
the
mere
one,
do
yeah.
do baap, mere do. I love that movie.
This is a live clip or something, no?
No, this is the movie that
Oh.
exists in the 90s.
That's
From the
a
90s.
movie.
Okay.
That's a
Wow.
movie.
Yeah, so
90s.
Sunil Shetty, double
90s
roles,
and I
Karishma
don't-
Kapoor.
I don't know. 80s. Wow, that's different.
I think Anupam Kher is there. Anupam Kher is also
Anupam Kher was in everything in the
Everything in
90s.
the 90s,
He
yeah.
just walked from set to
Yeah.
set. It was embarrassing.
Like directors used to say, like,
Yeah, is
no
it
movie
really-
can be
wait,
made.
is it
with
put
Anupam Kher.
yeah, they won't put the name in the credits also because you know he's there.
He's there, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Correct.
That reminds me of the time they put Javed Akhtar's name.
Oh,
where?
thank God.
Where did they put Javed Akhtar's
Yeah,
name?
you know
Oh
he's
my-
on the
we'll never
blacklist.
know now.
Javed Bhai is on the blacklist, and
Damn
that's
it.
why you know
We're
that.
stuck. All right.
We have to end the episode. We have to end
All
the
right.
episode. We've got a parking problem.
Okay.
There's fight breaking out as we
Just
speak.
lastly,
Yeah,
lastly,
quick.
Ariful Islam says, is it that the three people podcast only for tier 1 hosts. Yes. End of episode. Thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow.
Sriraam doesn't know this. Does he know? Do you know your tier 1 host?
Yeah, he knows. He's well aware.
Okay.
He's always
Wow,
aware.
fantastic.
The talk has been. What a weird comic stanification of this show.
I know, man.
And
This
And
is
the
so
audience
weird.
here.
And the thing is that we have to rotate it, right? Because we balance with this supreme show and then a crappy show with the
Right
tier
after
4.
this you're doing.
Yeah. We balance. It's all about balance. Like you got Shashi and you got Ashok. You got to balance. Okay, Sriraam, go and work. Yeah, it looks really embarrassing. It's
Love
very-
you guys. Bye.
But why the middle
See you.
finger and all that nonsense? Yeah. Okay,
No, it's
fine.
not a middle finger.
Fair
It's a nice.
It's love in some cultures. Little
It
more,
is, it
Little more in
is, it
others.
is.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye
It
bye.
is also drink your. It's also drink
You
your
keep
own
talking.
tea.
We'll just mute you in about 5 seconds. Don't stop. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you. We need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In, or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.